It's DIY with the Doyles. Hey guys, we are coming to you from our closet, and I am so excited about this project because we are getting rid of the old, bringing in some new, some organization.
Not really some new. It's not new.
We are bringing in new.
We ain't bringing in nothing new.
We have new hangers.
Oh, we did get new hangers. I thought you meant new clothes. I was like, who's getting new clothes?
We ain't getting new clothes. I got money for that.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I was making sure.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, so we are getting rid of some things. I think that we have to get rid of some things and then also just organize some things. We have a great size closet. I remember when we moved to this house, everybody was like...
Everybody clowned us.
I know, because they were like, where's shelves and stuff gonna go?
Right. Like, I mean, no, granted, this isn't your typical, like, walk-in closet for a master suite or for, you know, really...
Well, for your primary bedroom.
For your primary bedroom.
There you go.
You know, this isn't really... We're just going to start that part again.
Okay.
Yeah, so this isn't your typical, like, walk-in closet for, like, your primary bedroom or anything like that. It is a little bit on the smaller size.
It's a good size, though.
It is.
I feel like, okay, what we really originally wanted to do when we got into the house was actually we called like, closet decorators, and we were gonna have them come in and put in shelving and different things like that. And guys, it was something that I really wanted.
I wanted it too,
and he wanted it too. But let's be honest, it was gonna be really, really expensive.
It was a lot more than we wanted.
Really expensive for some shelves. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I believe in actually getting, like, because these prefab closets, they put up these wire things in your closets. They're not aesthetically pleasing. They don't really work.
Nor is it functional.
They're not functional. They don't have any shelving. Like, it's not a good look. And so if we had a bigger closet, I think we would have invested in getting proper shelving and having somebody come in and actually build out our closet. But that wasn't in...
It wasn't in anybody's budget 2 years ago.
It wasn't in anybody's budget. It wasn't in the cards for us, right now. And so we decided, we ended up going to Lowe's. We actually got this a while ago. We've had this for a long time.
2 years?
2 years or so we've had this. And so it's not new at all. But we need to rework this space a little bit because... You know, even with Charles going through his journey, losing a bunch of weight, which is fantastic. But I think it's just changing styles, right? I think we need to be honest with ourselves. So as people in general, I feel like we hold on to clothing, not even if we've changed sizes, but we just hold on to clothing just because we've had it for a long time. Mm-hmm. I know there are pieces in my closet that I have had for years. I would say that I've had pieces in my closet for at least a decade, if not more. And honestly, your style changes. Who you are changes. How you want to represent yourself through clothing changes. Yeah. And I think that instead of lugging things from house to house to house, I mean, I've switched places in the last 5 years 3 times. Yeah. And I've taken all of this stuff with me. And sometimes I feel like we just need to let things go.
Right, because there's some stuff in this closet that neither one of us has worn
since we put it in this closet, which doesn't make any sense.
0 sense.
It's like you just gotta let stuff go. Yeah. And there's stuff that I feel like you don't wear because you don't see it, right? So when it's not displayed in a way that it's going to be in your mind's eye to say, oh, let me pick that up, you're not going to. And so we just have a lot of stuff in this closet that we honestly need to say to ourselves, okay, we're no longer wearing. We need to get rid of it. And then on top of that, we were recently just watching some organizational videos, and we realized that all of the hangers in our closet, while there's nothing particularly wrong with them, it's very cluttered in color.
Yeah. So they don't match.
They don't match. The hangers are like different colors. Yeah. They don't really work for this space. So as you saw on our Instagram page, if you don't follow us there, make sure you head over to our Instagram page. It's the same DIY with the Doyles, all the underscores, everything like that. We'll post it up for you guys. So please make sure that you're following us there because we always post stuff during the week about our different projects and what's coming up. And so it's just a really fun space to be able to interact with you as well. So make sure that you're interacting with us on that page. Yep. But like we saw on our Instagram page, well, like you guys hopefully would have seen on our Instagram page, we did buy hangers.
We did.
So we're going to take a lot of this out. We're going to reorganize some stuff.
We're actually going to take it all out. We got to put it all on new hangers.
We got to put it all on new hangers.
She's very excited about this. I hope y'all can tell.
Guys, you don't understand.
Like,
organization is life.
Like, if you guys have not watched any of our videos, welcome. First off. And if you have watched any of our videos, you know my type A personality wife likes to organize.
I do.
She likes to have everything in order.
It's just so functional. Like, I can only live in dysfunction but for so long. And he calls me type A, but I'm like...
You call yourself type A.
I mean, I am. But I'm like type A, type B. And the reason why I say that is because I can function in disorder for time.
Like 30 seconds.
That's not true. I can do it for a while, guys. And then what's going to happen is that it's going to get to a point where I can no longer, like, deal with it. And then it's just going to be a complete overhaul at that point. Like, it's almost like I'm short-circuiting. Like, I can't. It's like, doesn't compute. Can't understand why it looks like this. So... we are going to be changing it.
It's a pretty accurate description of how it looks.
It is. It's just straight up short circuit. That's what's happening.
When I don't do the organizational things right.
That's not true.
Oh, it is. It's
not.
You start twitching and then
I don't start twitching. Whatever. Okay, so we're going to take you guys along on this journey. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And we're just going to give you a couple of tips as we're going through, but we're going to start with clearing this space out. Let's get to it.
All right, let's have some fun.
All right, so
it's empty.
It's empty, and like there's a lot of space in this closet. Like, this is a pretty decent sized closet, guys. It's not that small. It's a pretty big space. So how is it going to be more functional? And that could just be from the standpoint of what you wear on a regular basis. Maybe you want to put that in a place that you can easily reach to. Or if you want to color coordinate all of your clothing. Or if you want to put it seasonally. I know some people rotate out their closets depending on what season it is. I don't have that many clothes, so I don't rotate out anything. Nope. I need everything, and what I just do in the colder months is I just layer.
Exactly.
So I tend to keep everything at the forefront. And I know specifically even for Charles, so recently we just took in all of his shirts, and why was that, honey?
Because I lost like 35 pounds and a few inches here and there. Mm-hmm. So like, none of my clothes fit.
35 pounds and 4 inches to be exact.
In my waist. 4 inches.
And so we recently, when we first got together, I know one of the big things about, I guess, how we started and different things like that, not necessarily how we started, but something that you wanted to do was you wanted to switch up your wardrobe.
Yes.
And, you know, we got together and all of a sudden he got new clothes. Everybody was like, oh, you got yourself a woman, now she's dressing you. Lies. He asked for a new wardrobe, and I was like, bet. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw out
everything.
I didn't throw out everything, but I threw out like 95% of it because his wardrobe was sad. It was a sea of brown and tan and black and gray. There was no brightness. There was no, like, I love brown as a color because, I mean, I love brown as a color. However, you put me in brown and I'm going to look like a tree bark. And yes, I can say that because from head to toe, it's just going to be, that's going to be me. And so brown is not my favorite color to wear per se. It is a beautiful color, enriched in all of this luscious goodness. However, on my body, I'm not feeling it. Give me jewel tones all day. And so he didn't have a ton of color in his wardrobe. And so what we did is just, we went to Macy's. Shout out to Macy's.
Hey.
They actually are not as expensive as people think they are. It was, with all of the discounts and stuff like that, we did really well.
We tend to go there every year around my birthday.
Right, because his birthday's in December, so they have a lot of good sales that they're running. Sales. Yeah, and so we ended up getting him a bunch of stuff. clearing out a bunch of stuff in his old closet, getting him, okay, now I did throw away
all my shoes,
every pair of shoes that he owned.
Which was fine. I mean, most of them were falling apart or looked like I was...
They were all tattered, guys. I'm not... Like, I hate the idea that, like, oh, you get a woman in your life and she changes everything about you. I tried really hard not to change anything about him. Like, I didn't buy him things that I wanted him to be in. I bought him things that he felt good in. And if he felt good in a shirt, fine. We bought it in 5 different colors. You know guys can do that. You can find one shirt and then you buy everything in 20 different colors.
Let's do that later.
Yeah. So what happened was, I say all that to say, is we bought him a whole bunch of dress shirts, 15 to be exact, but over the last 2 years. And so rather than getting rid of all of that clothing that we've purchased for him, we decided to get a tailor, get him altered, and get,
fitted to my body. So, because my shape has changed over these 2 years, it's gonna be nice to have some clothing that's fitted to my shape and actually looks like it's meant for me, instead of something that's just off the rack. Because let's be real, none of us really look great in anything.
Anybody who
rack.
has any type of curve, you're not an off the rack person. Just newsflash.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Own it.
So yeah.
Accept it. Believe it. Get a tailor.
Exactly.
It's fine.
So yeah. So now that we're empty, we are going to take all these clothes,
decide what we're keeping and what we're not.
Right. And then change out the hangers.
Yes.
And so once that's done, then it'll be a matter of deciding how we want to put it back in the closet. I have a desire to maybe color coordinate my side. She might do hers by season. I don't know. We'll also see how it goes, because I might get it up there and be like, I have too many of this color and I just don't like how it looks. But, it might look great. So
usually my clothing is organized by style. So, and what I mean by that is, like, anything delicate or anything like that, regardless of color, I tend to put together.
So like your fabrics?
So fabrics. Yes. I organize based off of fabric. And then anything that's more of just like, it's a shirt that I'm hanging up, but it's really just a cotton tee, but it's a little bit nicer, so I'm not going to put it in my drawer. I organize that in one space. Any outerwear, in terms of like larger sweaters, sweatshirts, anything like that, I organize them together. And so for me, that always helps me figure out where I'm going to in my closet. If I know that I'm doing something a little bit more dressy, then I'm going to go into my delicate section. If I know that I'm just looking for something that I can throw on and it's a little bit of a hoodie, but I'm not going to hang it up, then I go into just my kind of cotton section. And then if I need any type of outerwear that I don't actually have hanging downstairs in the closet, because it's not necessarily a coat, but it's something that I might wear on an outerwear.
It's a light hoodie.
Yeah, or especially in the fall when you're just throwing something on to keep warm. I would have that in one section too. So mine is not necessarily by color, which you would think is weird, but I actually color coordinate within those sections. So yeah, there's a lot going on, folks, but we're going to wrap it up and get it where it needs to be. Whatever. Okay, guys, so we are finished. Finally. And it is a huge improvement. Like, we made some changes in here, but as you can see through all of the footage, we ended up getting rid of 4 bags of clothes to give to the Goodwill Salvation Army. We were able to empty out a bunch of trash that we had in here.
Oh, gosh.
Like, the amount of stuff that we took out of this space was just kind of ridiculous, and it kind of ended up being just our master suite kind of reno, because we did used to have shoe boxes over in the corner, and I was able, with our closet rehaul, to kind of put all of the shoe boxes away. Yes, I'm a girl who has a lot of shoes, and so it is what it is, but I was able to fit them in here, and I actually purged about 5 or 6 pairs of shoes that I had to be honest with myself that I'm just really not wearing. And so I think the overall theme of this is just kind of be honest with yourself.
Right.
Your closet is a space where, just like any other place in the house, it's going to get cluttered with stuff. It's going to get cluttered with clothing and just stuff that you're not always going to be using. And so honestly, you need to purge. Your style is going to change. Get rid of the stuff you're not wearing. Get rid of the shoes you're not wearing. And give it to Goodwill, Salvation Army, give it to somebody who can actually use it and make space in your living area that's going to minimalize what you have and make you just feel altogether lighter. Like, honestly, these hangers, I know it's just hangers, guys, but it's like the difference that it makes visually in terms of what's going on in this closet is just ridiculous. How all of
Yeah.
our clothing just, it almost looks a little bit elevated.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. And we also ended up doing another change in here. What was that, hun?
So we did actually change the light on top of the thing. So the lights that used to be in here were just
It was just
really
an-
ugly.
it
They
was
they
an
look like
old-
odd-shaped pineapples.
Yes,
Like-
it's an odd-shaped pineapple. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
It was ugly, so I was eager to take it down.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we did because these were just easy flush mount lights,
There's
right?
we got some new little LED mounts.
We actually already had them.
Yeah.
So that was cool. We
had
bought a two-pack,
them,
right?
Yeah, we had bought them when we moved in. And so we put one in the laundry room a while ago. And so we just had one sitting in the box. And I was like, all right, let's go ahead and use it. So we did that. And it keeps the vibe of this closet really kind of nice. Because a lot of times what we'll do is we'll just kind of turn this light on in this closet and let it be
The only light
the
we
only
have
light on in the room.
In the room,
Because it's
yeah.
a soft light and it kind of covers the room enough, but it's not overpowering. However, with the new hangers and with the way that we've organized things in here, it does also kind of almost feel like it's highlighting the clothes.
Now we have a spotlight.
Yeah, so it's like you turn the light on and it's like, hey, wear me. So, and you know, I think the really cool thing about what we did is, as we were talking, just going through this project, was that this isn't something that we had to do like a major overhaul on rearranging the pipes or rearranging the shelving unit or anything like that. It was like Baina said, get rid of things that you're not wearing. Get rid of shoes that you're not going to use.
In your mental space,
Right.
in your heart.
And then
This is deeper than just a closet. Like, get rid of the stuff that you're carrying that you don't need
to. And, you know, and then the other thing that we did was it was just some simple rearranging of where we put things.
We
Like,
color coded some things, actually, and it actually looks really nice now. So that's
and then,
cool.
you know, Baina moved the hanger that had all her scarves on it. And that really just kind of changed what
I
you
like scarves,
see when
guys.
you first walk into the closet, though. Like, when you first walk in, it used to be you saw the scarves. And then you couldn't really see much else beyond that, but now you can actually see what you have in the closet. And so I think that's a bigger takeaway is organize the space that allows you to see what you need to see quickly so that you can just jump in, grab what you need, and jump out. And so for us, I think that was a really big thing for this project, was recognizing the fact that we didn't have to do something major. It was just, let's organize a few things, let's get rid of the things that we don't need, and let's put the things that we want to see right in front of our face so that we can just quickly reach in and grab them, and then that's it. Now, what we did find is that there's some space left in the closet, and we've kind of forgot that this shelving unit that we bought had some extra shelves that go along with it. So
And they don't reach to our wall.
yeah, it's not long enough to cover this whole space.
But it is long enough to go over here. And so we got the handsaw, I guess is that what it's called? A table saw?
we got a saw and I cut it to size.
We cut it to size.
And
We're gonna
in
get
the
some
weeks
brackets.
to come, we're gonna get some brackets.
Well, not in
and
the
some-
weeks to come. We're going to finish this project within a week. It's not a big deal, but we're going to add the shelf here on the side of our closet, because what's really nice about that is it's already going to be in the color scheme of what we already have in this closet, and it's as simple of adding some brackets to it,
Yeah.
putting it up in our space, and then having another area in our closet that's no longer wasted space, but it's going to be able to hold everything
Yeah.
that we need. And so check out our Instagram, because we'll probably do something really cool with that.
We'll show you the
We'll show you
progress
that
on
progress on that, but it's going to be just something that's a little fun for us to finish out this closet that we didn't actually realize at first, but we think it's actually going to be a really nice addition as opposed to going out, buying a shelf, buying something completely new. We forgot that we already had something within this color scheme that's going to match, so it's going to look far more custom that way. And I actually think it's going to be really cool once we finish it out, so I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah, so that's our closet project.
Yay!
Again, thank you for being with us. Like this video, comment below on some organizational ideas that you might have that help you feel better in your closet space or anywhere else in your house, and we'll be happy to talk with you guys on that. But until then, we'll see you next week.
Bye!